Welcome to the another session of Social Studies. Today we are on lesson number 8, how we communicate. So this is a very interesting topic because every day we communicate with different person. And do you think that only while by talking we can communicate? No. We can use our facial expressions also for communication. Then there are different gestures, movements of our body that we can use while we are talking. So in this lesson we are going to see how people started communicating by using different signs and gestures when they were not able to talk. And we will also see that which are the means of communication. Now before starting the chapter, let's see the warm-up. Now in this activity, we have to observe the face expressions of these children, and then we have to write exactly what they are feeling. The options are already there in the help box. You can take the help of the words given in the box. Next, see the first picture. We can see that this boy is we can, by the expression of his body, we can easily find out that this boy is very happy. Next, this boy, he is wandering or some in a shocked position. So through his facial expression, we can see that he is on shock. Next, we can see that this boy looks very sad, and this girl is yawning. And yawning means this girl is feeling sleepy. Next, okay, the girl looks very angry, so we can easily find out that this girl is very angry. Next, this boy is thinking something. Something or the other is running on his mind. Some questions are running on his mind. So easily we can say that this boy is very curious. Next, this boy is holding his stomach and then he looks very pale. So easily we can find out that this boy is very sick. So these are the facial expressions we can easily observe and find out exactly what they are feeling. So same likewise, if we get angry, our parents easily they can make out through our facial expression that we are angry or we are sad or we are happy. It is not necessary that always we need to talk and express our feelings. Through our facial expressions also, we can make understand the person that exactly what we are feeling. Now, let's have a look exactly what is communication. Sharing our thoughts and feelings with others and understanding theirs is called communication. So, when we share our thoughts and feelings with others, when we talk to them, it is known as communication. Listening, speaking, reading, writing and gestures of all facial expressions are different types of communication. So which are the different types of communication? Listening, we can listen. We can speak, we can read, we can write, we can show gestures. Gestures means showing some hand movements or facial expressions. The expression which we express on our face are the different types of communication. Now, Do you think that this communication was automatically came into existence, or how people, like in earlier days, like if we talk about some 6,000 years back, how people used to communicate? In early days, when during the time of early humans, early man, how they used to communicate? They used some signs and gestures in order to communicate. Now let's see how the early man used to communicate. How the communication has begun. Beginning of communication. Long back, early humans did not know how to read or write. There was no language in which they could communicate. They communicated through signs and gestures. So during the early humans' time, they didn't know how to read and write, and they did not even know which language they should use for communication. So what they used different signs and gestures in order to communicate. Later, for easy communication, humans learned the skill of pictorial writings. Now, what are pictorial writings? They used pictures and paintings to express their thoughts and feelings. So, pictorial writing means they used to draw some pictures and they used to paint in order to express their feelings, because early man, they don't know how to read and write. So first they begin with signs and gestures, and later on they started using pictorial writings by painting as well as by using pictures. Soon they developed their own language and the alphabet. Slowly and slowly they started developing the languages, and as well as they started using the alphabet. Thus, the alphabet enabled the formation of words and sentences, and hence, early man, now humans, they started using words and sentences. They started forming words and sentences by the use of alphabets in order to communicate. So this was the beginning of communication. Next, we will learn about what are the means of communication. Letters, telephones, mobile phones and emails are the most important means of communication in today's time. So everybody knows that today what we are using for communication, we are using mobile phones, we are using emails for communicating with everybody around the world. We can communicate by using our mobile phones, we can communicate by using our emails. Than before, in the many years back, when there was no invention of telephone, when there was no invention of internet, how people used to communicate. First, with postal system. Now, what is a postal system? People earlier days, what they used to write letters and send to the post office. Then the postman, they used to deliver the letters to the respective places and to the respective person. Postal system helps us to send and receive letters. It is the oldest and the most inexpensive method of communication. Through the post, we can send letters to anyone living in any part of the world. So, the postal system is the oldest and most inexpensive. Inexpensive means it was not it was not very expensive. Then how this process used to form. people they write letters by using a plain paper or a plain sheet or by using a ruled paper also. So they used to write letters, and it is very important that when you are writing letter, you should always mention your name, your address, and there is a pin. So PIN number is given to each and every state. If you are putting all this information in your letter, so it becomes very easier for the postman to deliver your letter. So before, so people they used to write letters, and then what they used to do, they used to drop the letter in the letter box. After that, the workers in the post office, they used to collect the letters from the letter box, and then they used to segregate the letters. Means they used to separate the letters according to the places and according to the addresses. So after that, after the segregations are done, what they do, then the postman they delivers a letter to the respective places. So this was the process done. Next, there are also speed post service. Now, what is a speed post service? A speed post service is the fastest means of service. It reaches, the letter reaches within a day. It doesn't take many days. It doesn't take many days to reach to the concerned person. So sometimes we use speed post service to send letters faster. In the recent past, short and precise messages were sent through post in cases of emergency. These were called telegrams. Now, what is telegram? Telegram is during the emergency. If there is any emergency, you cannot type a long message. So what you have to do? You will give some. You will highlight some important message on the letter, and then you will send. People used to send those letters through the speed post, and that service is known as the telegram in earlier days. It is important to write the postal index number. Now, what is a postal index number? It means a 6-digit number is given to each and every state, every state, because without the postal index number, it is not possible that you will receive the letter exactly from the respective places. And it is not also possible for the postman to deliver the letters. So PIN is very important when you are sending your letter. You should always mention your PIN number of your state. Next, there is an activity. Neha sends a letter to Ravi. Number the pictures in the correct order. So this is a process of sending the letter. Now you have to find out and number them according to the process. How the letters are sent to the receiver and also to the sender. Now the first thing what we have to do, we have to write a letter. So in this pictures we can see that a girl is writing a letter. So this will be number 1. Now, after when she completes the letter, what she has to do? She has to drop it in the letter box. This is number 2. Then, after she drops in the letter in the letter box, the next process is done by the workers who are in the post office. What they will do? They will collect the letters. So, this is number 3. After when they collect the letters, they will take the letters in the offices. So this is number 4. After when they take the letters to the office, now what they will do? They will segregate the letters according to their postal address, and then what they will do? They will the postman will start delivering the letters. So this is number 5. So to whom the postman delivers the letters, the postman delivers the letters to the respective person. So this is number 6. So finally, this is the process of sending the letters. Now next, what is the second means of communication? It is telephone. So telephone is the most powerful means of communication. We can talk with our relatives. We can talk with our friends who is far away from us by the telephone. No doubt, we cannot express any feelings on telephone. People can't see our expression exactly what we are feeling, but only they can feel by hearing. They can feel our expression. Like if we are missing them, they can feel. If we are sad, they can hear and feel. So telephone is the most powerful means of communication. We can talk to people over long distances with the help of a telephone. Telephones helps us stay in touch with people in the same city, in another city, and even in another city. Nowadays, mobile phones have become an important part of life for people all over the world. Short message service, that is SMS, in mobile phones has made communication quick and easier. So when the invention of telephone was done, the next invention was mobile phone. So now, through mobile phones, we can even do video calls. We can see the person to whom we are talking. We can also see the expression of the person. We not only can talk, but we also can see. So it has, and as well as we can even send the messages to the person. And we can send the long messages, we can type long messages, and also we can type short messages and send to the respective person. If we are very busy, then we can send messages, and instead of like if we are very busy, we can send messages. So this has made our communication much quicker and easier. Now next is fax. To send written messages and pictures through telephone, we use a facsimile, that is fax machine. When the message reaches the receiver, it appears in the printed box. So we can also send fax messages, which is a written picture messages through telephone. Now next is email. The internet has revolutionized everyday communication. We can send emails, that is electronic mails, over the internet. Emails reach people instantly. Nowadays, if we want to send some official documents, some official messages, what we can use? We can use emails. And emails are known as electronic mails. Then within a second, the receiver receives the emails, and then they also revert us back. They also reply us back. So it is very easy. Next is mass communication. Other than means of communication, there are also mass communication. Mass communication means when we get each and every updates of the world by watching, by listening, by reading. Now, which are those mass communication? We are using means of communication even when we are watching television, listening to radio, watching movie in the cinema hall, researching the internet, and reading newspaper. Newspapers, magazine, radio, television, internet, and cinema are some important means of mass communication. Means of mass communication are used to communicate with a large number of people at the same time. So when we are watching television, on television, like if we are watching news, so we get connected with the world. It is not that it is not that we are not connected. We get connected when we are watching a news, when we are watching a movie. Then we get each and every information of the world, not only the state, but about the world. We get each and every information, what is going on, what is going to happen, each and every updates we get. So, apart from means of communication, there are also mass of communication which has made our life very easier. We can listen, then we can see. Everything is possible by the use of this mass communication. So we can see that because of this communication, our life has become very easier. We can communicate with people very easily. The people who stays very far away from us. Then also, we also saw that how communication has begun, and after the beginning of after when the communication actually came into existence, what are the ways in which we can communicate with people? We can talk over the phone, we can talk over the mobile phones, we can send mails, we can receive mails, and as well as in order to get the information of the world, we can watch television, we can see, we can read newspaper, we can get updates from the radio also. Now let us do some activities. There is an activity 2. Which means of communication will you use to do the following? Number 1 is you have to find out some information for your science project. So, which communication? Like your teacher has given you a science project. Now, where will you find the science project? Which communication you are going to search for your science communication? So I think we can use nowadays internet. Internet is playing a very important role in our life. Everything, whatever we search, every information we get on the internet. So for the science project, we can use the internet. Next, you have to invite your friends for a birthday party. Now, for the invitation, how will you do it? You can use your telephone or mobiles. So you can use telephone or mobile for the invitation. Next, you have to watch the live cricket match. So where can you watch the live cricket match? Obviously on television. Next, you have to send a letter to your brother who is living in another city. Now how can you send? You can send to the by post, you can send the letter. Now let's move on to the exercises. Let's have a revision. Filling the blanks. Early human beings communicated through signs and gestures. Telegrams were sent by post in cases of emergency. Newspaper, magazines and television are important means of mass communication. Mass means of communication uses the internet. Post is the most inexpensive means of communication. Next, choose the correct answer. Dash has now become an integral tool of mass media. So the options are post, internet, telephone, email. So the correct answer is internet. The most inexpensive mode of communication is, options are telephone, letter, email, television. So the answer is letter. A written piece of information that can be sent through telephone line. Options are fax, letter, radio, newspaper. So written messages we can send through the pictures, we can send through the fax. The fastest means of communication among this is, which is the fastest means of communication? It is telephone. The means of mass communication among this is. The answer is television. Now next is match the following. Fax. Fax means printed messages. Post office issues letter and postcards. Mass media. Newspapers and television. Speed post. Letters reach quickly. SMS. Short message service. Now we can communicate without speaking at all. We can use our hands to talk. Draw a line from the picture to words that go with it. So without talking also we can use our hands for showing our feelings or actions. So you have to match the picture with the correct word. So this action shows that it shows that I don't know. Next action is white. Now next it is, look at this, pointing something. The fourth is the girl is waving the hand and it means either hi or bye. The last one is she is showing double thumbs up. It means that what she wants to say, it means good job. Now next, connect. Humans use the five senses of sight, hearing, taste, touch and smell to communicate. Which of the five senses is being used in the following situation? So, in order to communicate, we can use our five senses. Which are our five senses that are sight? It means we can show, we can communicate through our eyes. Next, hearing, we can use our ears. Next, taste, we can use our tongue. Then touch, we can use our hands. Then smell, we can use our nose. So these are the ways of communications. Now the first one is Raju is watching news on television. What is with his family? Options are sight, hearing, taste, touch, smell. Now watching means obviously we are watching from our eyes. So the answer is sight. Next, Sarita loves her teddy bear because it is so soft. Now Sarita, how did she felt the teddy bear? She felt it very soft. And how? By touching it. So the answer is touch. Next, infants use the sense of dash to express their disliking for a particular food. Now, infants means small baby, the newborn babies. So, the newborn babies, we know that they cannot talk. So, they show some gestures. The babies, they don't like the food. So, how they know? By tasting it. So, the answer is taste. Puneet smelled smoke from the fire in the house and alerted everybody. So Puneet, he smelled smoke and then he alerted everybody. So he used his nose for smelling. So the answer is smell. So this was the chapter. I hope so you all must have understood. So next time we'll meet with the next chapter. Till then, take care and thank you.